Hello, everyone. I am Deepika Sandhu, the CEO of Soul Sparks Press, and I am so excited to bring you our next soul sparking story with Rosie Marocha. Rosie is a Toronto-based manifestation coach and an all-around powerhouse writing her new book, The Meraki Method. Rosie, it is so wonderful to have you here.
It is so lovely to be here.
Okay, first off, let's just start right off with what does Meraki even mean, and what is this method going to be all about?
So, Meraki comes from a Greek word, and it means to put some of your soul, your essence, your love into whatever it is that you create. And we are all creative beings, so that's where that comes from.
What a beautiful word. When was the first time you heard this word?
I feel like we're manifesting signs from the universe all the time, and I don't know, it just crossed my path and it really spoke to me. And I actually named my business that as well.
It was a soul spark.
It was.
And now you're writing your book to be the Meraki Method. So what does it mean to be living this way? And what is this method going to be all about?
Well, it is truly the core of everything that we create, right? Everything that we create in this world we're the center of it. So with our unique essence, we forget to put our unique essence into it. So that is what it's going to be about, bringing yourself back to you.
So when you say essence, like for so many people out there, they're like, I don't know, do I have an essence? I don't feel like I have an essence. What's an essence? What do you say to them when they don't even know or realize or understand that their essence actually exists and needs to be embraced?
I love that. Like, I feel we are so disconnected from that essence. So what is that essence? If you could take a moment, put your hand on your heart and literally just feel that. Take a deep breath in. Really feel who and what you are. Have you taken time to connect with that? Who is that? What does he or she want? That is essence. It is the core of your being.
The core, the truth.
The truth, whatever that might be for you. Have you connected to it though?
When did you first tap into your essence?
I think we have these little soul sparks throughout our life. But then when did it happen? I want to say when I became a mom for the second time in the thick of the pandemic. I fell, I broke my arm. And I felt like my world was just coming to a crumble. Like I have everything. You can tick off all the boxes. I literally have achieved it. But I felt all in my masculine. I didn't really tap into the feminine. And I was wondering, I'm like, life cannot be this. It cannot be this. And that's what brought me back to me, the who behind it all.
So were you living, I mean, so many women out there are going to be able to relate to this, right? Because you were a second-time mom, another little child at home at the same time. You break your arm, you're exhausted, the pandemic is happening. You were a nurse at that time, correct? And it was almost like everything was sort of caving in on you. But I think all these things were happening to really create this realization that you had to tap into who you were because you weren't being who you were.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we live in a vibrational universe, and there are universal laws they don't change, they just are. So I was experiencing what you would say the darkness. But if you don't experience the darkness, how would you then know or appreciate what the light has to offer? So in tapping into that, I was able to experience something greater than me.
But help women out there understand that when you're in that dark period, you can feel like there's no way out of this, right?
Yeah.
You've got the little kids, you've got the work that you're having to do. The times are just feeling hard for you.
Yeah.
And they are for so many people out there. So when you're in that darkness, how do you move through it? How do you get yourself to the light? Sounds so great now to be like, and then I got to the light, boom.
Yeah.
But it's not a
No.
instantaneous process, right?
And it's not a linear one either.
Yeah, explain that. Yeah.
Well, when you're hitting rock bottom of some sort, you feel like there's no way out, but there is. And the only way out is in. So you must start listening to yourself. You must start exploring and finally listening to that essence, your soul, your spirit, and it's calling. When you start doing that, yes, you're going to go through discomfort more maybe and shed even more and go through darkness even more. But you're going to only come to realize just how powerful you are at creating the life that you're living. And when you take full responsibility back for the life that you have created, right, through conscious or unconscious programming in your life, then you are stepping back into your power and creating your best life consciously. So I know you're saying, how do you connect back to it? I think it's when you start listening to yourself, your heart. What does it really want?
So how did you listen to yourself? What was the step you took in your dark moment to tap into you and your true self?
I leaned further into spirituality. I feel like I've always had that in me. I think to some extent we all do. We just don't listen to it.
Yeah.
So I started listening to it.
Was it through meditation or journaling, or like what was the tool? Because we all want to listen, right? And we all want to figure this out. But for so many of us, we really just don't know how.
Yeah. I don't think it's a one size fits all. Like you mentioned, journaling, meditation, it could be that. For me, it was silence. I've always been a very deep thinker. So am I actually a form of meditation? Not what you might be thinking, like sitting there and chanting Om. Was I doing that maybe in my own way, whatever that looks like? Perhaps that. And when you silence the mind and the chaos and the monkey mind, you can actually allow yourself to open up the channels to listen to divine guidance that is available to us all the time, but we don't tap into it. So if I can give the example of like the ocean and the water, if it's all chaotic, drops are falling into it, but you don't know which one is the inspired thought, which one is your inner voice. But if it's calm, and so through meditation or whatever modality one may choose, you allow yourself to actually be able to listen and then act from that space.
Oh, what a beautiful analogy that is. That's exquisite. And so you embraced these practices and embraced being in the silence. I too love silence. I feel like silence for me has been the most healing of anything that I have ever practiced. But you did these things and you got to the light. So how did life change for you that allowed you to see the light in your day-to-day existence?
I take a moment to pause on that because it's like you might think, oh yeah, now brighter days are ahead.
Boom, boom, boom. Like she just did it, right?
Yeah, she figured it all out. No, she didn't. Because you know what? Life, we came here to live out opposites, right? And as we continue to grow and evolve, we are expansive beings. I don't believe that we are meant to stay in one place, one whatever it might be, career, relationship, anything. Everything is shifting constantly, but we are always seeking that greater expansion and evolution, right? So more things had to fall apart. More deeper healing takes place. You start recognizing where, different subconscious programming has come in to shape your life. So then you start uncovering that. And it's just been a beautiful journey of again, tapping inward and continuing to reflect, integrate, move forward. Like I went through periods of all of a sudden experiencing, for lack of a better understanding, panic attack like symptoms. And it was not easy. I had to learn to trust my body. I had the similar experience that kind of came up to me yesterday when I went for a hike on Uranian. So you're always integrating, you're always digging deeper. But look at where I'm sitting right now. So this is a manifestation, right? So how is life? It's wonderful. And I can't wait to see what else it reveals to me through my uncomfortable actions of taking a step forward while doing the inner work.
And it reminds me of what you said earlier, which is this path of growth for you and for so many people out there, it is not linear.
No.
So we go, and we're like, woo, I'm so woke, even though that's not a popular word these days. I'm so woke. And then you're like, oh, no, coming back down again. And I'm going to keep going. I'm growing. Oh, no, I got to go relearn that one. And it's constant. It's zigzagging. It's twirling. It's jumping up and down. It's moving all different directions. And so even for you, you've been on this beautiful trajectory of growth, and yet you can have moments like doing something different or in a new location that can feel like it's unlocking, or in layman's terms, we might say setting us back a bit, but it's unlocking new layers of growth, even though sometimes that growth can feel painful for us.
Very much so.
So when it's not going the way you want it to go, what's your advice to people for that when they're on the zigzag?
surrounding yourself with a solid circle or something of that nature, because, energy speaks. And if you're not surrounded by the right people that'll support you, perhaps carry you or lift you or just, hold you while you are going through that moment, but not take you further down into that. I think that's very important.
So you left nursing behind now. You are a manifestation coach. You're doing all sorts of different things today, writing the book, obviously. But in your using your manifestation coaching side, what is your number one tip or advice or guidance to someone that's really trying to change their physical reality and step into something different? What do you want them to do to kind of achieve that and to move into that?
So everybody has their own method. And I would really say that self awareness is so key. And if you can really be honest with yourself, with what it is that you desire, with the right intention paired, there's nothing that you can't do, be, or have.
With the right intention paired. I love that. That's beautiful. What's one thing that you want to leave the audience with today to know Rosie better and for things that are coming up for Rosie in the future?
I'm excited to see who and what she is going to become and what light she's going to bring into this world. But more than that, I want you, the listener, to tap into your essence, tap into your soul, and really listen to what it is that it wants to do in this lifetime, because we all have unique imprints and gifts that we have to offer in this world. And understand that, like, those darker moments that you feel like you're going through, they're only helping you because you've derailed, and perhaps just it's coming, bringing you back into alignment with yourself, because it starts and ends with you.
Oh, it starts and ends with you. Rosie, I am so honored to have you on the show today. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm also just honored that you're a friend, you're in my circle, and you're truly like, we are all the people that we surround ourselves with. And I'm so honored that I get to surround myself with powerhouses like you.
The feeling is mutual.
Yay. The Meraki Method coming soon from Soul Sparks Press. If you want to bring your sweepingly inspirational story to life, just like Rosie did, you can at Soul Sparks Press.